All right, Cowboy Nation, I just want to say this real quickly about the weakness of this team from Fanside article. They came out and said that the Cowboys have 3 weaknesses on this team. And I want to say this just because it's the area of the unknown equates to weakness. They said wide receiver, right? Offensive line, and of course, defensive front, which is the defensive line. Granted, it is the area of the unknown, and a lot of people can look at this thing and say, well, Law, we missing out on Amari Cooper on that wide receiver situation. And hear me out, Cowboy Nation, for all of those that's listening. When Amari Cooper was here, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was saying that basically this particular wide receiver core is not depending on Amari Cooper because he don't show up on away games, right? Road games. Where's Amari Cooper? Can we find Amari Cooper? And now that he's gone, the Cowboys need to depend on that, right? Now, I'm not saying that Amari Cooper is trash or anything, right? But he didn't hit 1,000 yards last year. And of course, he was squeezed out on the targets from, I guess, the higher above as relates to the front office. And that's the storyline of a whole different day. But we do have CeeDee Lamb, and I get it. James Washington, his highest catch total ever was 44 receptions. And we're depending on a guy who last week was in the boot. But the area of the unknown is not considered weakness. Simi Fehoko, I get it. A lot of people going to say, well, Law, you're wrong, Law. That 4.3 speed, he's soft. Well, let's find out down the line. Give these guys a chance, an opportunity to fail before you guys go ahead and paint them with a brush and say, well, this is that and that is this. Case in point, last year, start of the season, La'el Collins in trouble. When everybody heard the news, including me, I was wrong. I'll fall on the sword. They were saying that, hey, Law, do you know for sure that Terrence Steele, we are in doom situation because now La'el Collins will be missing 5 games? Was that the area of weakness? Because what the Cowboys did and took the weakness and they turned it into the strength. Because from the outside looking in, everybody, all of the pundits, all of the critics were saying that, hey, there's no way that big La'el Collins, by him being absent, that Terrence Steele would be able to fill into that void or fill in that blank spot or fill in that role as the starting right tackle. And all we've seen is the best season, the best stretch of the Cowboys football game when Terrence Steele was at right tackle. Now, granted, Connor Williams, he's gone. But when he was there, he was a holding machine, and he gave up on big situations as it relates to pass rush up the gut. That's all in a nutshell of what Connor Williams was doing. You guys saw the tape that I presented earlier today on my live feed when he gave up that big 32-yard pass because Dak Prescott dropped back. He finally hit CeeDee Lamb in the playoff game, and then you look back, you see the flag. That's Connor Williams. And I'm not saying that the reason why the Cowboys lost that game was because of Connor Williams. But the craziest thing of it all, the Cowboys went into this draft and they drafted 2 offensive linemen, Tyler Smith and Matt Waletzko. I'm not saying that those guys or those boys will be better than Connor Williams. Or would this just be the Band-Aid over the bullet wound for Tyron Smith? I'm not saying that. I'm not. But give this team a chance and an opportunity. Give them a chance. Give them an opportunity, baby. And on top of that, let's talk about this defensive front. The craziest thing of it all, when my guy, my dog, Randy Gregory, when he was here, he was considered. You cannot depend on him, right? But now that he's gone, the Cowboys must depend on him, right? Now that he's gone, the Cowboys cannot fill in that voided spot because Randy Gregory, boy, I'm telling you, man, this is the thing. My thoughts on this I can't make this stuff up. We all love Randy Gregory. We know he brought a lot to the table as far as expectations. Did he ever live up to those expectations? No. But dog it, I look at it like this. I really believe that Dan Quinn would figure something out with Dante Fowler. And I'm not saying Dorrance Armstrong is the answer to any of this crazy equation, but somehow in the mix, Sam Williams fit right into this crazy equation that you got now, a 4-4 guy, right, on one side. And in a pinch, in a rushing situation, Parsons, who's a 4-3 guy. You can put him either on the same side or the opposite side. It don't matter. This defensive infrastructure or this defensive coach, this defensive mind will get this defense going in the right direction. Cowboy Nation, let's stop panicking over the BS about this and about that. Give it time. That's all I'm saying with this whole entire situation. So what people may look at it being that this is the Cowboys' weakness, it may be their strength. How about that? I do like the collective of this team. Think about this. I think that if Kellen Moore can just focus in on not all of the players, but just one or two players on this offense. Tony Pollard, as well as utilizing him with CeeDee Lamb and sprinkling in some also ideas, good ideas with the new young talent that we have, Simi Fehoko and, of course, Jalen Tolbert. Give these guys chances. Let's not create this thing to be such a difficult task with so many pieces saying that, okay, this week I need to focus on this guy, that week I need to focus. Just narrow it in just a little bit. Just narrow it in just a little bit and everything will work its way out. Oh, on the defensive side, second year with Dan Quinn, like I said before, we went from the 28th to the 30th ranked defense all the way down to the 12th ranked. And in some categories, they look at it from a statistical aspect as the 7th ranked defense. However, number 1 in turnovers, right? Number 1 on third down defense. And it's just yards given up. We just was at the back end of that. But that's the story of a different day. I believe that this defense will work its way out to be better than what they were last year and the previous year before that. Continuity is everything, and it will find its way to work out the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. So what Law is thinking is that we can figure this thing out on the defensive side of the coin. The offense will still be top 5, in my opinion, and we'll get everything going the best way possible. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Salute.